Hey, Mike with Mike's Bags, and today I'm reviewing the Stage 1 by Rocket Bags. Let's go and dive in, break these bags down. Slow side of these Stage 1s is a hybrid material. It's what I call that clone material. It's not the same as the Viper R slow side. It's the different material. It's the same as the Buffalo Sauce slow side, the B3 Coyote, the Sub-Zero Winter Tides. The Southwest Hefe uses that. The Swagbags Kaboom uses that, and the new Swagbags Tornado also uses it. It's a 5-speed material. It's very versatile. It's a touch slower than that R material, just ever so slightly slower. I call it a 5, a little more controllable, still very hole friendly for the control you get out of it. It's a very versatile material. A lot of players like it. You're starting to see these materials more and more because of the versatility you have with them and all the options this material gives you. But anyway, 5-speed on the slow side. Fast side, this is a new material. As far as I know, the only other bag that I think uses it right now is Swagbags got a new bag called the Maniac, and I think the fast side is the same as that. Not positive yet. Other than that, I don't know if any other bags use it. It's the first bag I've thrown that has this material on it. The best way to describe it, it reminds me of the fast side of the butter, but with more texture, better version of it. I didn't like the fast side of the butter because how slick it was and how uncontrollable it is. This has a little more control, a little more texture to it, so you can get some grip on it. It's not as slick feeling in the hand, and it's not quite as fast. Rocket Bags calls it a 9, and I think it plays a 9, maybe even a 9.5 speed. It's plenty fast enough for pushing and through congestion, cleaning up messes, collecting multiple bags. You can definitely do that with this material. I wasn't too sure about when I first got this bag. I wasn't too sure about this material, but as I threw it, it's really grown on me, and I love new materials. I really do. There's a reason that all these companies use the same type of materials, right? Because they're good. Those materials are good. They've been tested. They work well. People like them. We all love them. And when I get a bag that has those materials, I already know what to expect. I kind of have a good idea what's coming. And I'm not knocking that, but I love it when I get a bag that has a new material like the Stage 1 and I can try something new. I don't know what to expect. I don't know how it's going to play. So it's very fun. It's fun. It's refreshing for me to go out and do a review and throw bags when it has new material. So if you're one who likes to try new materials, this is definitely a bag you want to add to your radar, maybe add to your list of bags to get, because it is a unique material on this fast side. So anyway, 5 and 9 speed on this Stage 1. Template wise, this is a medium template bag, medium amount of fill in here, so you've got flop. It is not overly floppy. I will say these hybrid materials, especially this clone material here, does have a tendency to want to stretch over time. It will get a little looser. It will stretch out more. We'll get a little more flop to it. I'm still not calling it a floppy bag. It's kind of a medium flop to it because you've got enough fill in here to kind of prevent it from being overly floppy. The fill in this bag is a mixed fill. I love the fill that the Rocket Bags is using here. They've got some round fill. They've got some flat disc fill. They've got some of that thicker flat fill, I believe, in here. There's a good mixture of fill, it seems like, in the bag. And I love that because, you know, the round fill and the flat fill, they have their advantages, but they also have their downside. So on the landing, round fill tends to be bouncier, more punishing. It's going to kick more on you. That flat fill is more forgiving. By adding this mixed fill, you get the forgiveness on the landing. So this is not a bag that has a really harsh, aggressive kick to it. So if you don't throw a flat bag, it's not going to punish you. It does have some kick to it. You be aware that there is some kick, but it's not overly aggressive. It's not overly harsh, not overly punishing. And the kick is very consistent. So if you throw the same angle in your bag, you can just adjust your landing zone and play that kick almost into an intentional cut, and you can get away with that no problem whatsoever. Now, the flat fill that gives you the fill that gives you that forgiveness of landing, that flat fill, is also not very hole friendly. Anytime a bag has flat fill in it, tends to want to hang on the hole, and that's where the beads come in. The beads tend to be more hole friendly because that flat fill wants to settle and set, and it is fine just resting, just sitting there, and it takes a lot more to get it moving, to get it to drip in. Round fill doesn't want to sit. It doesn't, you know, those two round beads don't sit on top of each other. They want to move, they want to fall, they want to get to a flat surface, and that's what causes bags to kind of drip and cascade in. So by adding this mixed fill, you get the best of both worlds of the bag, and I love the fill. I love the way it plays. I love the forgiveness you get on the landing. I love the hole friendliness you get around the hole. The bag has enough flop to it that it's pretty forgiving around the hole. I talk about landing zones, that rectangular box you need to land your bag in to get it in the hole. Smaller, fuller bags have smaller landing zones. Larger, floppier bags have larger landing zones. This is kind of in that middle, but it's a little bit larger than normal landing zone. So if you're not the most accurate at hitting your spot, as long as you're close to it, the bag can get up there. That corner will just drip in, grab the hole, spin around, and pull that bag back in for you. So it really makes up for some of your mistakes. So it's a bag that really makes you a better player. Even if you're having an off day, you're not hitting your marks like you normally would, it's still a bag that can still get in the hole in spite of the mistakes you're making. So love when bags kind of cover up for your mistakes on there. These Stage 1s are also ACO stamps. You play in ACO events, you can throw these bags. Let's go and jump in and talk about playability. And as I mentioned, it's a very versatile bag. That's why these hybrid materials become so popular, is the versatility with it. Like if you want to get up there and just run bags, put your 4 bags in, outscore your opponent, you can definitely do it with these Stage 1s. You've got the hole friendliness on both sides, that the bags get up there, you get them near the hole they're going to drip in. If they do happen to hang, they're full enough. It doesn't take much. You don't have to get aggressive and try to go after the bag. Just put another bag in. Typically it's going to clip that bag and bring it in for you. So very collectible around the hole, no issues whatsoever. Great for running bags hole for hole. If you like to play a dirty style game and put blockers up there, you've got the control here on this hybrid slow side to put your blockers, you know, level 1, level 2 blockers, even level 3 blockers if you want. Put them up there with confidence, knowing that you've got a fast enough fast side that even if you've got a bag sitting at a level 3, no problem pushing it and riding it all the way up to the hole. The bags are full enough that you're not going to get that accordion effect if you try to collect bags, so you're just clipping a corner. You can just clip a corner, take it in, you know, which means you can get more aggressive, right? Putting that bag more on your opponent's side, getting more aggressive, leaving it there, and then you can get around it. If they don't clean it up or collect it on your last bag, you can come right down the middle, catch it and pull it in. If you miss and have to go further over, you have the ability with this bag to throw cut shots. So cuts, rolls, and flops are something you can definitely do here. It's not the easiest because there is some flop here and it's not a really bouncy fill. Not the easiest at that, but if you're an average to above average in those skill levels, you can definitely do it with this bag. I had no problem throwing cuts, and that's my style of game, right? Just putting blockers up there, cutting around it, and then cleaning it up. Or if my opponent's throwing blockers and playing dirty style game, I just want to cut around and leave the blocker. I had no problem doing that with this bag. If you're an average to above average in the roll flop style game, as long as you've got the right technique and get the right orientation of the bag, you're gonna have no problem with this bag and the rolls and flops on that. If you're trying to learn those shot shaping skills, probably not the best bag because there is enough flop in this bag that it doesn't want to get up as easily or make those harsh aggressive turns. So you definitely have the ability to shape shots, which gives you tons of options to get around bags, whether it's your blocker or if you're playing an opponent who throws a lot of blockers, plays a dirty style game. A bag like this gives you the versatility to get around it without having to collect it and make them go after it. It's also a great bag for blind draws. If you get a partner who plays a different style game, maybe they like to play a dirty style game, you like to go that hole for hole style game. With a bag like this, you can both play your style of game and not really have to make a lot of sacrifices. So it's definitely a great bag to put in your arsenal and your backpack. Love the versatility of these stage ones. I really had a lot of fun throwing them. Like I said, I love when bags give you options. I love when bags kind of have multiple ways of getting the hole, and that's what you get with these stage ones. You really have a lot of options as far as getting around blockers, going through blockers, going over blockers. You got options all the time. It never really leaves you in a box where you only have one type of shot. So definitely recommend checking these stage ones out. It sounds like a bag you've been looking for. It leads me into availability. Rocket Bags has a website, rocketcornholebags.com. I'll put a link down in the description for you guys to click on. These bags were $69.99, $70 for a set. It was like $8 shipping, so $78 shipped to you. Definitely check them out. If it sounds like a bag, if you've been interested in trying to check out one of these hybrid style bags, maybe you haven't had a chance to get your hands on a set, you've been thinking about it, I definitely recommend these stage ones. I really had a lot of fun throwing them. They surprised me. Wasn't sure what to get with this new fast side material, but I really fell in love with it. Love the way it plays. If you've thrown them, I'd love to hear your feedback, what you like, what you don't like. Drop a comment down below. Always love hearing your guys' opinions. I thank you so much for your support, and I thank you for watching.